What's up, Fantasy Freaks? It's Rob, the NRL Fantasy Freak here. I'm glad you're back for another video on my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll go through my current team setup, including looping strategy, how my players went on the weekend, and some early trade plans. If you do like today's video, please smash that like button, and if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe. With that said, let's fly into it. First up at hooker, it's Connor Watson. I'm assuming he'll get the duel next week. He's an easy pick. With Smith and Walker out injured, he should get 80, giving him 12 points of value. Next up we have the mids, and Terrell May should be the first one picked. He was a beast last year for the Roosters in a stacked forward pack. He is now the alpha of the pack at the Tigers, and as such he should get good minutes. At 60 minutes he has 13 points of value. Next up is Horse. I was high on him before he got the starting spot, so he was always going to be in my team. I think he has at least 7 points of value. And the 55 and 59 minutes yesterday was a great start. He played the first 40 straight, which shows his fitness is good. Next up is Yo. Here's what I call a blue chip stock. He pays you dividends in points. He was a low risk investment to guarantee me points, and he delivered in a big way with the try, and as it stands 72 points. Yo gets the VC because Cleary can post really big scores, which Yo can't, but he's a great vice-captaincy option. Edge is a tricky spot, and I had contemplated a few options. Preston was one of them, but I'm just not sure if he's going to get the full 80, and he is expensive. Tuolangi was another option, but his PPM is poor, and I rate Cartwright and Madison on the edge, so I didn't want to take the risk. I never considered Hosking because he is coming back from injury, and calf injuries are notorious for re-aggravating. I did not expect him to play the full 80 either, and with a .74 ppm I projected no value. But I had another look, and in his few games in 2024 he had a .88 ppm, so he can easily be 10 points of value. And for all us non-owners, we need to jump on. A learning from this for next year is that I will not worry about re-aggravation of injuries, as now if he gets injured it will cost me 2 trades instead of 1. To play the edge spot safe, I put Lucas in there. He's almost guaranteed 80 barring injuries, and he has 5 points of value. The duel is very handy for shoring up the centre spot, especially after I get Hosking in next week. Next up is Seyfarth. Everyone should have him. He's expected to get the 80-minute edge roll, giving him 16 points of value. In the halves, Cleary picks himself. No Luai should mean even more domination of the play for the GOAT. He had a quiet game in Vegas, but that just means we get 100 from him next week. And he'll be the captain most weeks. He has the ability to get that 100, which can propel you up the ranks. Metcalf was disappointing with 21 points. It just wasn't his night, and he had a lot of demerits. Every time CHT kicked the ball, it was a dagger to my heart. It didn't look like Metcalf was the dominant playmaker at all. I'm hoping this was a simple case of the Warriors missing one of the basic fundamentals of the game: run hard and straight. Too lateral and they just got gobbled up. I'm sure they'll be better next week, and so will Metcalf. In the centres I've got the 2 Roosters boys, Noah Kinatawase and Toya. My theory here is that they are both great athletes and both have value. And by having both, I guarantee at least one of them will be playing next week for sure. And I can hopefully pick up some price rises on both of them this week. But Billy Smith is in the frame, so I won't be surprised to lose one of them. I'm projecting them both to have a minimum of 10 points of value. At the back, I've gone with Garrick. I think he has 5 points of value and he's got the dual position for the tricky wing fullback and centre positions. I can eventually move him into centre with Lucas to lock down my centre positions while the others make cash. The Seagulls have a good run and Garrick can post 70s, so he seems like a safe pick to start the season. Jaden Campbell's in the team even though he's got a bye because I know I want him. He's a 60-point player that doesn't play Origin and he's got 10 points of value, which makes him a great starting prospect. And it saves me a trade in round 2. And I'm using him to loop Tamale's score. If Tamale went trash, I would have brought in Ponga. Finally, I have Iongi, another no-brainer pick, a high ownership play. I don't think he has great value, but I'm willing to go with the pack on this one. With Gutherson gone, the job is his to start the season, and he has already shown glimpses of what he can do. On the interchange, we've got Duffy up first. A starting half that averaged 49 in Q Cup last year is another no-brainer pick. He could potentially take Metcalf's spot in the halves next week if I need someone to cash down to get the cash to buy Hosking. Mamazelis is another no-brainer pick. Taking over the hooking role with Cook departing, he should be in everyone's team. Mawale is my super pod at only 1% owned. I'm going purely on the numbers and the fact that Burgess is gone and Murray is out, so there are vacated middle minutes that Mawale can have. He has a great PPM and could do damage in extra minutes. I have him at 8 points of value even if he only plays 45. Next up is Brimpson in the 4 slot. I think he has 10 points of value and he is explosive, so could make some early cash quickly. With 4 and out, he has much better job security. And he enables me to loop number 5 and 6 on my emergencies. Cole at 250k was a must own. He's produced 29 points in the first game of the year, already exceeding his break even by 10. He'll start to make cash, and that wasn't even a strong game. I'll be leaving him in that position, but I was going to loop him with Gazowski if he had a real low score like 20 or below. If Gajewski gets the starting edge spot at the Broncos, he's a safe pick at 250k. His PPM isn't great, but he'll make cash and he provides me edge cover, which is the most important thing. If he doesn't, Stafford Toa is an option that I'm willing to go with. And with me bringing in Hosking, I'll have 3 edges anyway. So glad I have Tamale in the team. He looks like an absolute weapon. 49 points without a try. He looks like he's got tree trunks for thighs. Tackle breaks, line busts are his game and he will dominate. He is another reason why I might be able to get rid of Garrick because he'll have the dual position and can fill in at wing fullback. Plus with Campbell and Brimpson, so I'll have 4 there. And I can put that cash into getting Hosking. But I'm going to play Garrick for now because he's a safe play and he could go big. Last but not least, Sandon Smith. He is another ownership play that I'm not that keen on, but just in case the Roosters start hot, I think I could benefit. He should have the goal kicking and he doesn't need a lot at 250k to make cash. There are a number of other cheap options available like Purdue, Toa, Pakes, Munro and Humphreys that all could warrant selection, which is great because those are options I can pivot to next week to enable me to get Hosking. So I've almost spent the whole 10 million with only 16k in the bank. With projected points at 932, I'll be happy with that start to the year. So guys, that's my team for round 1. Please drop some comments on the squad and how you think it's looking. Are there any players you think I should switch out? I had put out the schedule for the videos this year, but it may take a few weeks to get into the groove, so bear with me. I had golf with mates on Friday and then a weekend away in Rotorua, so that put me behind. Bad planning on my part. I imagine life will get in the way, but I'll do my best to get videos out for you guys. Thanks for watching. Please do give me a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.